You know how I said on yesterday's video that I was giving away a copy of Football Manager 2019? Forget that. I'm giving away 3 copies of Football Manager 2019. The link to how to enter is all down in the description. Pretty much you just have to subscribe to the channel, and there's some other stuff you can do like retweets and following me on Twitter that will get you extra entries as well. And then on Monday morning I will be announcing the 3 winners, and they will all get access to Football Manager 2019, including the beta and Football Manager 2019 Touch, which is going to be awesome. If you can't wait till then, there's still a link down in the description for how you can buy the game super cheap too. So check that out if you've still not bought it. I've not conceded a goal in competitive football yet in this save, by the way. Just going to throw that in there too. Hello and welcome to part 2 of my Football Manager 2019 beta save with Chelsea. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have a Premier League game at home against Cardiff and a Europa League game. That's what it's called, isn't it? Euro Cup it was. It's Euro Cup, not Euro. Europa League, we all know what it is, away against Dinamo. Since you were last with me though, we've had a very strange start to the season in light of the fact that I'm Kev, and we know how my teams normally play, and I realise we're only 4 games in, but 5 games in if you count the Community Shield, but we've not yet conceded a goal in the Premier League or in competitive football at all. Presumably we're going to concede a few today, but I unlocked the Park the Bus achievement, which I'm so proud of. I tweeted it out yesterday. Cleon mocked me immediately by saying it was a bug, but I was very proud of that. We apparently, and that's using 3 different tactics. We are using all 3 tactics that we've created, and it's going really rather well. Somehow though, with that start, we're still only 3rd in the league. We do have a game in hand over Man City and Liverpool, and to be honest, so far that's looking like a fairly realistic, certainly top part of the Premier League. Clearly, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea are your 3 teams to beat in FM19 this year as well, which is splendid stuff. In other news, I have set up my custom view, which I'm not sure if I'm completely happy with. I might still tweak it a little bit, but I've got my star ratings, contract details, appearance details, training stuff. In particular, I really like having the injury risk thing on there and training ratings as well. So you can see, I mean, look at that, 9.95 for Azpilicueta. That's why he's our captain. And then people will mock me for this bit: position, best role and best position. But it helps me when I'm trying to decide what roles to put my players in, to just make sure that I'm putting them, and they are pretty much all in their right roles in the tactic that we're using as well. So getting into the game, this is the team that we're putting out there for the game against Cardiff. We have had a couple of injury issues which have led to us shifting a few things around. Jorginho got injured. Was he injured in the last episode, or was it straight after the last episode? But we kind of lost our holding midfield player. We do have other options. We've got De Jong, we've got Delight, we've got Christensen, David Luiz. They can all play there. Kante, of course. But my first instinct was kind of get Ross Barkley and push him in behind the front 2. Fabregas was injured at the time. Jorginho and Fabregas are both now fit again, so there is the option to either play Fabregas in that role or bring Jorginho back in, or stick either Fabregas or Barkley in midfield and drop Kante back. We've got lots of options, but this seems to be working quite well so far. So we've got Kepa in goal, a back 4 of Emerson, because Alonso's injured. Where is he? Picked up an injury in our last game. Should be back soon. So Emerson at left back, David Luiz, Rudiger and Azpilicueta as our back 4. Kante and Kovacic in midfield, and I want to sign Kovacic permanently because he's brilliant. He's like properly brilliant. Hazard, Barkley and Willian in behind, Morata up front. Morata is the one man I am struggling to get any kind of performance out of, no matter what role I play him in. You all warned me about him as well, but I didn't listen because I'm Kev. And Kasper Dolberg can't turn up soon enough. Right, let's. We're playing Cardiff. We should be winning. Yeah, we should be winning this one comfortably. And again, I have absolutely no impact with my team talks because I just don't know what I'm doing with them. I'm getting to the point where I'm trying, but I might just hand those over to Zola as my assistant manager and let him sort them, because I'm still messing around with training. I'm getting properly into tactics now. But those team talks, I feel like they're not really doing anything. But I'm continuing with them for now. I'm open to being proved wrong. And that is Kante's 2nd goal of the season. Oh, it's gone down as an own goal. I was getting excited there. When I said on my stream, when I was setting this save up, that I was planning on playing Kante as a box-to-box midfielder, the amount of people who said, Kev, you know Kante's never going to get any goals for you. Well, he's already scored once. And really, okay, it's bobbled around a lot. I would say the ball was going in from the original shot, so it should count as a goal, but obviously it was a deflection followed by a deflection. It was a bit of a calamity of errors at the back. But here's Kante bursting through from the midfield again, finds Morata, back to Kovacic, who, have I mentioned how much I love Kovacic? Look at the state of him. Okay, he's given the ball away there. Quite cheaply as well. He did beat one player, but then gave the ball away, but Kepa makes a good save, which is all he does. The ball comes near him, he makes a good save. I mentioned in the stream that I might be looking to bring in a real high quality goalkeeper, and then I saw this guy play and thought, you know what, yes, he's showing his only 3 stars current ability, but he does have potential to improve. And my word, does he already look very good. We've forgotten any ideas of replacing our goalkeeper. This guy's a real deal, especially at 23. Barkley now, he's got a little bit of a point to prove, because of everybody in this team, his place is currently under threat with Fabregas and Jorginho now returning to fitness. Barkley's there purely on the fact that he's had a couple of very good performances for us. Kante bursting through again as our box-to-box midfielder. I love the energy that man has. And Kovacic can just sit there as our deep-line playmaker, just sweeping up after him. There's Hazard just running around all over the place. That's our left winger, ladies and gentlemen. Cross goes in towards Morata. It's down to Willian. I think that is, yeah, there you go. It says it's his 3rd goal of the season. Willian has been excellent. Just kind of, you've got Hazard running everywhere. You've got Kante bursting through from midfield and filling those gaps that Hazard leaves behind. Willian is doing something different. He's just holding his position as our right winger and doing stuff like that. So we're kind of overloading that right-hand side, but using Kante and Alonso when he's in the team to fill the gaps on the left. We're rampant when we're playing well. We haven't really had a proper test yet, and I think that's going to be where we find out if we're actually any good. Obviously, we did play Man City in the Community Shield, but it was a Man City reserve team. But we've had a very friendly start to the Premier League season. It's given us the opportunity to kind of ease into our new tactics, get an idea of how we want to play, and I'm comfortable that against weaker opposition, we can overpower and power them and dominate them. We're getting 60+% possession in every game. We're getting 25-30 shots in most games. We are very, very good against poor opposition. It's how we respond against the likes of Liverpool, Man City, Man United, away from home particularly, maybe games later on in a European run as well. We have got our fluid counter-attacking system that we do tend to switch to. Last 20-25 minutes of games, I am switching to that for mainly just to train it into the players. We're usually 2 or 3 goals up. Let's sit back, counter-attack a little bit, and there you go, we're happy with their performance. There you go, they're happy with that. And just really make sure that they don't forget how to counter-attack, because it is something that I am planning on using in those big games. We're swapping and changing fairly regularly between the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3 as well, according to which players we want in the team. Ross Barkley's not really convincing me that we're going to keep him in that role. So now it's a decision of whether we bring Fabregas on to play there, or more likely I'll probably bring Jorginho on about them with maybe 20-25 minutes to go, drop back to the 4-3-3, get the counter-attacking on, and just try and lock the game down. But there's Kovacic again, across to Barkley. Barkley, he's trying to prove his point, but it goes flying over. 64% possession. I don't understand. And we haven't yet figured out how to get our striker playing football. Imagine how good we're going to be when we either bring in a striker who's any good or figure out how to make this striker play well. Why can't we see the tactics screen? There we go. So we are going to take off both Morata, who we're going to bring on Giroud for him, and we're going to take off Ross Barkley and bring on Jorginho. We're going to go to the counter-attacking system, drop him back there. It allows Kovacic to get a little bit further forward. He now fills in that gap there and looks awesome doing it. Other than that, it doesn't change very much at all. Other than it changes their mentality. Rather than trying to push forward and attack, we now just sit back, soak up the pressure, give away a little bit of possession, but then we're so quick in the attack. And here's Hazard again, beats 1 man, beats 2 men, shoots from too far out really. But he's, considering he's not started the season fit, he's doing that more and more. He can run past players like nobody I've ever seen run past players in Football Manager. I don't know if that's just a new thing in FM19, that the animations for wingers flying past opposition are better, or it might just be because I don't usually play with wingers. But Hazard in particular, I know he's very, very good, destroys people coming past them, and it is lots of fun to watch. Right, we are going to take off Willian and Bring on Pedro. Pedro doesn't... I don't really want to play with 2 inside forwards. I'll leave him out there as a winger. It's only for 10 minutes. It gets him some game time. The other option, of course, I guess, would have been Fabregas up there, just because Fabregas hasn't appeared at all for us this season. So I need to get some game time into him. I also need to find a way to give Christensen and Delight some game time at the back, because they haven't played at all yet, because I'm really liking Rudiger and David Luiz, and I guess that's not the future of Chelsea's defence. And we've spent all this money on Delight and haven't actually played him at all yet. So maybe in the European game after this one, we'll rotate a little bit, bring in some of the more fringe players, because I'd like to think we should be able to win that game fairly comfortably regardless. There you go. Let's have some passion on. And now zoom forward and play in the Europa League. Here we go then, rotating for the Europa League. I think we're pretty much completely rotated. In fact, you can tell I've been fiddling with it. I've still got Rudiger in at right back. That wasn't the plan. Who was I putting there? Emerson, I think. Oh no, Emerson. Zappacosta. No, Zappacosta. See, I was fiddling with this and I thought, there you go, I'm done. And we're still not done. I think we have to do it that way round, because Christensen can sort of play there. The problem we've got, it's not even me being particularly trying to be fancy with it. We've got injuries to our fullback. Zappacosta's not registered. Emerson and Alonso both injured. Azpilicueta's going over to left back. I could put Moses. I mean, Moses can play wing back, but apparently can't play full back at all. You know what? I might just play Moses. I want to try and rotate the entire team. So let's get Christensen in there alongside Delight. And then that gives me the option. Who have we got who can play wide in attack? I guess we could play Ross Barkley there. Just to keep him in this whole area. The right hand side of the pitch is a disaster. Maybe put Pedro over there. It's getting... whatever. It'll be fine. If it's not going well, we'll fix it. I was supposed to show you that team, wasn't I? I'll show you it now. So Caballero in goal, back four of Azpilicueta, Delight, Christensen and Moses, De Jong in behind, Drinkwater and Fabregas, with Giroud up front, Pedro and Barkley supporting from the wings. We're still doing our attacking version, the control possession version of the 4-3-3. So we're not going here on the counter-attacking that we will do against better teams. I don't want to say all the best have fun. Actually, I will. It's probably a bad decision to make, but I don't care about the Europa League at all. So we're playing a rotated team. It's the opportunity for some of these players to force their way into the side as well. If someone has a particularly good game, it gives me something to think about. I'm thinking the likes of Fabregas, Drinkwater, Delight and Christensen, Giroud, Pedro. None of these players have even had a look in yet this season. Moses has played here and there on the right wing. Barkley's obviously played box-to-box midfielder in the centre. He's also played as an attacking midfielder. He's not played out wide, though, and looking at that, it looks like he can't really do that. I would suggest, looking at that, we probably need another attacking midfielder of some kind, ideally someone who can play centrally and maybe out wide on the right as well. Moses did very well there. I would like to point out Moses is our right back, so probably shouldn't have been attacking down the left wing. I don't really know how he got there, but get there he did, and it looked quite good. Barkley with a free kick, and that's whistled just sort of slightly high, slightly wide. And now Fabregas has picked up an injury. So Fabregas has been injured all season, comes on for the first time after struggling to get anywhere near the team, and now picks up another injury. Cesc Fabregas' Chelsea career isn't looking good at the moment, because if I can't judge him before January and get an idea if I want him around, his contract's up at the end of the season. I'll probably look to cash in any way I can in January if I haven't been able to get him in my team in any way. There you go. We can still win this. Yes. We're going to take Fabregas off because there's just no point risking him in a game like this. We'll drop Ross Barkley back into midfield, and we will bring on Willian to play up there because he's been Mr. Consistent this season and he trains well. He's reasonably fit. So hopefully playing the extra half a game midweek shouldn't do him too much harm. Is he injured? My word. We're breaking all of our players. We're going to take Willian off as well then. I just don't want to risk any injuries in this game. Hopefully a goal here would be nice. Moses down the right wing again. Very deep cross. Finds Ross Barkley, who should have scored. Barkley's had a couple of opportunities now to put us 1-0 up. And how long until we bring on Hazard? Do we bring him on now? I'm taking off Willian. We're going to bring on Hazard. And we're going to drop those two over. Drop them, swap them. And give Hazard half an hour coming in from that left wing. See if he can generate some mischief for us. We've got Kovacic knocking around as well. Really, Kovacic and Morata are the only attacking changes we've got. Giroud has been even worse than Morata has been. So we're going to bring Morata on as well. To replace Giroud and try and grab a late goal. Let's push forward a little bit. Let's do this version of the tactic. Swap those two over. No, they're better that way around. And just try and push on a little bit. Get an extra man further forward. Get Barkley in behind the striker. But it looks like it's just going to be a 0-0 draw. So we maintain our record of not conceding a goal in competitive football, but we have lost our 100% winning record, albeit only in the Europa League. So no one really cares anyway. European football, if you draw your away games and win your home games, you get through the group. You win the competition if you do that all the way through. So, you know, I'm not going to complain too much. Again, we probably should have won, but at least we didn't lose it. But let's do our first slightly negative team talk. We should have won that. It's motivated them. Awesome stuff. When are we going to concede a goal, eh? I can't believe the fact we've still not conceded a goal. It's mad. And if you have enjoyed that, please make sure that you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Details down in the description. And thank you very much for watching.